Hey everybody, this is Threshold Training's workout day for Wednesday, November 18th. Today's workout, we're going to do some upper body vertical pressing. We're going to do this in the form of an every minute on the minute. This just really purposefully puts in rest for you instead of having you do it on your own as just sets and rest. So every 2.5 minutes for 5 sets, we're going to go through 2 push press plus 2 split jerks of 80% of your limiting movements. So what that means is between the push press and split jerk, you are looking at what movement limits you the most as far as load goes. You're taking 80% of your 2 rep max that we found a couple of weeks ago for either movement, and you are working at that weight for all 5 sets today. So here's what it looks like. The barbell is going to be taken from the rack. You're going to form a front rack position by bringing your shoulders forward and up, and then pushing the bar back against your collarbones and your shoulders so your elbows stay high. Then from here, I'm going to dip and go to press the bar overhead. So I'm going to dip down by bending the hips and knees. Knees go forward and out to the side to create room for the hips to go between the feet. I'm going to launch. In real time, it looks like this, down, up. I'm explosive through the drive. I'm trying to punch the bar towards the ceiling, getting my head and chest through. Then from here, I'm going to reset, take my time, and then now, I'm still going to dip and drive, but this time, I'm going to move my feet, 1 forward, 1 backward, into a split jerk. Recover, reset, and I'm going to do 1 more rep, pressing myself underneath the bar, and then recover. So, big things for both movements is keeping a vertical torso for the dip and drive. For the push press, get your chest and your head through the window of your shoulders as you press overhead. For the split jerk, let's make sure we're moving our front foot out from underneath us quickly, and we are dropping underneath the bar here, going straight down, versus trying to launch ourselves forward perhaps. From here, we're going to take the barbells out of the racks, and then we're going to go into our conditioning portion for the day. This conditioning portion is the following. We're doing a 13-minute AMRAP. You are climbing the ladder as far as you can in that 13 minutes. This should be a paced effort, which means that you are not going out at a sprint, okay? You have a little bit of strategy or game plan up front, and you are controlling your effort as you go. The ladder starts at 4 reps and increases 4 reps every round. So we start, for each movement, you're doing 4 reps of each, then 8, then 12, then 16, then 20, 24. So, again, that's the idea of the paced effort, is to allow you to start chipping away at those higher numbers as you get farther into the workout, because you will likely end up in the round of 16, round of 20, round of 24. So you're going to need to, particularly for the pull-ups, you will need to make sure that you are pacing those appropriately so that we don't achieve muscular failure, and we rest on purpose so that we can maximize the number of reps we get per set. The movements that you would do, as I alluded to before, you will start with 4 pull-ups. You will then go to 4 total, 1-arm alternating dumbbell hang power clean and jerks, and then you will go to 4 total alternating pistol squats. Then 8 of each, again 12 of each, and so on. The movements that involve the 1 arm or the 1 leg will be total reps. So please, unless you want to, you're not required to do 4 reps per leg or 4 reps per arm. It's 4 total. So 2 per arm, per leg, etc. Scales for pull-ups today, we can do ring rows or jumping pull-ups, okay? But something that you can do multiple reps of to start out. The one arm hang dumbbell clean and jerk, looks like so. I'm gonna bring the dumbbell to my waist because that's where the movement starts. And then from here, I'm gonna bend at the hips and knees. Dumbbell comes in between the legs. I'm gonna launch, bring it to my front rack position. If I need to come underneath the dumbbell, I will. And then I'm going to jerk with one arm so the dumbbell lands overhead. Dumbbells over my torso. My elbows locked out in the finish position. I'll come back down and I will alternate hands in the air and go to the other side. Notice that each time I am dipping under or pushing myself back underneath the dumbbell. This helps the longevity of my shoulders throughout the workout because I'm using the legs to do most of the work. I'm just using my shoulder and hand to steer the weight into that overhead position. Then for pistol squats, that is also known as a one-legged squat. So you're shifting your weight all the way to one leg. So notice that my torso is now over my left leg, and then I will perform a squat. Okay, I'm not very warmed up for this. So if you imagine my hips going below the parallel line of my knee, okay, you can imagine a single leg squat. Be sure that you are reaching forward. This will allow your center of mass to stay over your foot as you go. So you should be rounding at the back, and that's okay. Other options for this, if you don't have pistol squats, is to take your dumbbell that you use for your clean and jerk and perform a weighted reverse lunge, like so, alternating sides, same thing, you're doing total number of reps. So if you do 8 total reps, you do 4 per leg alternating sides. Make sure that as you're lunging, you're keeping a vertical torso so it doesn't start to fall forward as you come up to standing. Other options for pistol squats, if you're close to getting one, would be to decrease the depth or place a band in a rack so you can have a little bit of assistance at the bottom, which tends to be the hardest part of the movement, the bottom. Or again, you can decrease the depth slightly, okay? But if we're getting to the point where we can only do maybe a quarter, okay, I'd rather have you perform a lunge or possibly even a step up. Okay, so that is the workout for Wednesday. Have an awesome day and have a great workout.